We started at 4 o'clock with what was a very big story last month. You may remember when a woman was put in the back of a police car and then that car was hit by a train. Now, while she's recovering from her injuries, prosecutors continue to review the case.
The initial investigation by state investigators is done and has been sent to the Weld County District Attorney for review. Last month, a Platteville police officer parked his vehicle on train tracks after pulling over a woman accused in a road rage case. After she was placed in the police car, a freight train collided with the vehicle. Urena Rios-Gonzalez has taken steps to sue police as she goes through physical therapy. Colorado Bureau of Investigation confirms it recently submitted its case to prosecutors. The district attorney will decide if charges against officers should be filed. A spokesperson could not say when the office will make a decision.
It is the house in Adams County where 3 teens were shot during a party on Sunday, but it's also connected to a deadly car crash. This is according to a lawsuit that was filed over this past summer.
The crash happened last year during a separate party at the house. Gunshots were heard and a teen who had been drinking got behind the wheel. 9 News reporter Noel Brennan is joining us with more on this. And Noel, this property has been used as a short-term rental.
Right, Kim. That was the case this weekend. The Adams County Sheriff's Office says 100 to 200 people were there at the time of the shooting. 3 teens were shot and 1 was killed. This afternoon, police still blocked off access to the property off East 70th Avenue. Adams County deputies were there, along with the crime scene unit. We could also see one of the windows of the home was shattered. The same house hosted another party last year that also resulted in a teenager's death. Family of 16-year-old Hugo Carrion filed a lawsuit that includes the owners of that house for knowingly providing a place for teens to drink alcohol. The family is also suing the teenager who drove Carrion and 5 other teens away from the party. Police say Joseph Brandt crashed an SUV, killing Carrion and injuring those other teenagers. Brandt also faces charges for vehicular homicide and vehicular assault, and he's due in court again on Thursday. Adams County is drafting regulations for short-term rentals right now, so there's currently nothing preventing the owners of that house from renting it out, besides the active investigation that's happening now.
Well, 2 very famous, very dangerous cases we're talking about. You wonder how many other times maybe that police have been summoned to that house.
They're talking about so many people at these parties, like, dozens of people.
Yeah, 100 to 200 people were there just this past weekend when those shots were fired and 3 teenagers were hurt. 1 was killed.
Thank you, Noel.
Denver Public Schools has banned the co-founder of the Robert F. Smith STEAM Academy from district property. Brandon Pryor was also working as a volunteer football coach for the Far Northeast Warriors.
He's been removed from that position and is prohibited from volunteering or participating in any district sporting events. This is all detailed in a letter DPS sent to Pryor last week. The letter from DPS states, quote, "Your repeated abusive, bullying, threatening, and intimidating conduct directed at staff of the Denver Public Schools has been inappropriate, harmful to the district's educational programming, and in violation of DPS administration policies." DPS did not provide additional comment on the situation, but did provide the 8-page letter sent to Pryor along with 30 items of supporting documentation. That documentation includes things like social media posts and text messages that DPS characterizes as a pattern of, quote, threatening and bullying behavior. Pryor says the letter is full of falsehoods and baseless accusations. He says everything he has said is protected under the First Amendment and is designed to agitate and make people in public seats feel uncomfortable.
I'm feeling encouraged because this situation right here is shedding light on the broader issue of institutional racism inside this district, right? And if it has to be me that has to experience some discomfort for change to happen, then so be it.
Pryor says he is still allowed to enter the schools his 2 sons are enrolled in. There is a march supporting him beginning at Brother Jeff's Cultural Center starting at 2:30 tomorrow. A rally is planned afterwards at the DPS Central Office.
Started out as a very nice day today. Some clouds have rolled in. Some areas are seeing quite a bit of wind. Let's check in with Kathy and talk more about our Tuesday forecast. And you've been talking for a while about some change coming later in the week.
That's right. It's actually coming sooner than that, Tom. We have a storm that is bringing not only wind and cloud cover, but snow to the high country tonight. And that very system will bring the chance of rain and snow right here to Denver tomorrow night into Thursday morning. It is beautiful, as you mentioned, out there, but the wind is pushing those clouds along ahead of a front that will continue to bring scattered snow showers to the I-70 corridor, all part of a weather system that is still upstream. But we're seeing the leading edge of that system tracking into the northern and central mountains, where we anticipate up to 5, maybe 10 inches of snow by Thursday. Out ahead of it, temperatures were mild today, but still a few degrees cooler than the average of 61. In the high country, the numbers have been holding in the 30s and 40s, but there's that wind straight out of the west coming in ahead of that mountain snow producer. Winter weather and travel advisories will go out by midnight tonight, so those heading into the mountains need to be ready for that. Along the Front Range tonight, it's cloudy, it's kind of cool. Temperatures are not going to shift a whole lot between now and sunset, but in Maine weather, we're going to break down which areas can expect snow, how much, and again, Mother Nature really helping out those mountain ski resorts with up to a foot of snow possible, as this latest system is already on the way, you guys.
All right, getting ready to build a base.
I know.
It's going to happen.
It's just, I'm kind of sad because all the pretty leaves in the city are just really
Kim,
right.
I thought the same thing
And
today.
they're all like whoosh.
They're so perfect, and they'll probably be down by the weekend,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But you've got a little time tonight and tomorrow to get out and enjoy them. Take the dog for a walk.
They've been great for a while. So the wind, the weather, it's going to take them, but they've been great.
Yeah, they have.
It's been a great extended fall, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, Kathy, see you in a bit.
Today, a Russian court rejected an appeal by U.S. basketball star Brittany Greiner on her 9-year prison sentence for possession and smuggling of drugs.
Greiner had to take part in that hearing via video call from a penal colony where she's imprisoned. That's outside of Moscow. Greiner's February arrest came at a time of heightened tensions between Moscow and Washington, only days before Russia would actually send troops into Ukraine. Greiner admitted she had the canisters in her luggage, but testified that she had inadvertently packed them in haste and she had no criminal intent. Her defense team presented written statements saying she'd been prescribed the cannabis to treat pain. Well, that 9-year sentence was close to the maximum of 10 years. Greiner's lawyers argued after the conviction that the punishment was excessive, saying in similar cases, defendants have received an average sentence of about 5 years, with about a third of them being granted parole.